All right, guys, we're here with the post-workout meal. We're celebrating David's 405 deadlift for the first time ever, deadlifting ever. And there's a good background story to this with George. Originally, I thought they were cousins because he looks so much like George. It's kind of...
I'm a little bit taller.
He's actually taller than George. Like, that's what's trippy. But anyways, I'm going to give it to George now.
Okay, guys. So I've known David since I was 15. And me and him both went to school together, and we were the most popular kids there. No. We had it was like me and him and like one other kid, and I think that kid was retarded. Hold on. I'm not kidding. That kid, I caught him shaving his hairline higher. He had a short forehead. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that kid was retarded. Needless to say, we were boss as fuck. Okay? But anyway, I caught up with David. You've had too much to drink. I caught up with David in the last few months, the last year or so, and we've never had him deadlift until tonight. And he did 405 after doing back work, and after doing fucking biceps and shit. He did it barehanded. It's his first time trying hook grip. Not hook grip, mixed grip. It's his first time doing any of this bullshit, and he hit 405.
After many singles, right?
After many singles. And the funny thing is the first time he tried 405, he missed it at his knees and shook for a second. It came back down, and then he picked it up again about 2 seconds later. That would be me with maybe 100 pounds less than I can max. So, needless to say, if he didn't do back work first, if he knew what he was doing, if he understood the form, and if he didn't tire himself out, he would be a very fucking strong deadlifter without ever having done anything. I actually caught on to it because I saw him pick up 135, and his leverages were so good that I assumed he'd be a very good deadlifter. So my plan is to get David really, really, really fucking strong.
Hell yeah.
So that I have someone else that I lift 800 pounds with.
Yeah.
And it just works out really well that me and him were both super fucking cool in school.
Yeah.
The coolest kids you know. So basically over the next year or so, hopefully David will get strong as fuck. And I'm gonna do the deadlift training shit. Yeah, I'm gonna do all the deadlift training shit that I always do for him, and it's gonna work out really fucking well because I do this all the time.
Unbelievable. 350. I walked in, guys. He barely got 315, slow, shaky. Then he went to do it again. He couldn't get it. Then I pulled it and almost fell out of my hands, and I realized it was the bar that was bent. So I said, let's take this fucking weight off and go right down to zero and use the good bar, the bar straight. Then he pulls 335 easy, then 355 easy. Then we're thinking 375, right? Was that the next number you wanted him to go to?
We were going to say 375 because I wasn't sure if he was mentally prepared to do he was strong enough to do 405.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he was mentally prepared to do 405.
I didn't think he was.
Because a lot of people don't have the go to push themselves that hard.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Some people can't push themselves hard. David can actually push himself. A lot of people can't. I know so many people that can't. So combine the fact that he's 6'5" and his shoulders are as wide as mine and he can carry a shitload of muscle.
300 pounds, right?
Yes, sir.
With the fact that he can push himself and has never deadlifted before and can probably do 435 without fucking training it.
That's unbelievable.
That's really fucking strong. So.
That's stronger than your brother.
Yeah.
The smaller one, not the big motherfucker.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll get really fucking strong. And it's fitting. It's fitting.
Oh, it'll happen, man.
Oh, it absolutely will. And it's fitting because me and him were both
very similar backgrounds.
Very fucking similar backgrounds.
Super cool kids.
The coolest kids in school.
Yeah. Now we're literally feasting our American ancestors would tell us to. Beer, chips, and wings at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, dude, it's 2 right now. This is
almost 3.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's the best time for the anabolic window,
This is that YouTube for work shit. This is how you do it. You stick to your strict schedule.
Yeah, so we got pizza, chips, wings, beer, more pizza cooking, and we're having a deadlift discussion. And that's about it. So stay tuned. You'll see many more videos of David on both me and George's channel. So subscribe to both our channels to watch his progress, and hopefully a future 800-pound deadlifter. And I'll be admiring him as well. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Deuces.
What's up, everyone? George Lehman here with MuscleMasochist.com. As you guys just saw in the beginning video there, this is my friend David. This is his first ever actual deadlift training workout. Before this, we had him pick up 405 last week, or a few days ago, I should say. So this is the first time he's actually trained for it. The first workout we've actually gone through where he's done any sort of specific, assistance work or anything like that. This is 275, and I mean, you could say it's the first work set he's ever actually done. Other than this, I'm pretty sure he's only ever picked up singles training with me. As you guys will see, very good leverages for deadlifting, kind of ape-like really. Whenever he's down there with his hands on the bar on the floor, he's very upright even with his hips high in the air. So if we can get his legs a little bit stronger so that he can feel stronger with his hips in a lower position, he's going to be a very upright deadlifter. Just a ridiculous amount of natural strength here. Because as you can see, with 275, it looked like he was getting close to failure at about, 5 reps or 6 reps or 7 reps. It was getting relatively slow. He was taking breaths at the top. But as you guys see, this set is still going. Another great quality David seems to have is he's able to push himself. This is what I talk about. A lot of people can't. You'll see in their videos, their sets to failure aren't to failure. They just have a different standard for themselves of what failure is that's much lower than, reality. They can keep going if they want it. And one of the good things about David is he actually can keep going and can push himself, which is sort of a rare trait, really. Not everyone can do it. So that's another reason why I think he's going to be able to do very well. He's also fucking very large, if you guys can tell. I was like 345 in that first video, so for him to look my size is pretty impressive. And he's finishing up at about 20 reps here, I believe. He did a set of 20 with 275. Just ridiculous. So much strength. Difference between strength and power. Power would be 1 rep, it might be a power clean or whatever. Strength is the ability to just keep grinding out reps, and that's exactly what he did. So much strength. Here he is doing Romanians. Again, this is his first time doing a deadlift, his first time doing a Romanian. So form isn't going to be amazing, but I was actually very surprised at how well he did do with the form. He picked up form very fast, even though obviously wasn't the best. For a beginner, it's quite good for, pushing yourself and using weight and actually going to failure and stuff. We had him stop a few reps short on certain things because of form. I didn't like the way his back was starting to round on some of these reps, so we had him stop a little bit before what he was able to do. As you guys saw in the first set, he's able to just keep going with reps, so we actually had to have him rack it early. This is probably the exercise he's worst at, and it's the one he needs to improve on the most. He's got a very strong back, very strong hamstrings and stuff like that, but very, very weak quads. Deadlift stance box squat to that low box. This was 95 pounds, and not necessarily a struggle for him, but definitely not what you would call easy. You would want to see him doing that with 405 or 495. 4 or 5 times as much weight, really. So we're going to have him work on that a ton, and that is going to be one of the main factors in getting his deadlift strong. As you guys can see at the bottom of the squat, it looks like he's just getting his hips very low for a deadlift. This is one of the reasons I really like this exercise. Again, form started to get a little dangerous on some of these because it was his first time trying. So we had to have him finish slightly early. Didn't have him do multiple sets or anything like that. He's just going to improve on these weights really and improve on form over the weeks. Deadlift stance, hack squats. Again, another exercise he's really going to have to improve a lot on. That's going to be his strength with his legs off the floor. As you guys can see, 275 for 20 deadlift, more or less stiff leg, but his quad strength and stuff is pretty lacking in comparison. So once we bring that up, I could imagine him being 100 or 200 pounds stronger on his deadlift already just from prioritizing some deadlift stance box squats and stuff like that. If he gets up to 315 for reps on those, he'll probably deadlift over 600 pounds. And I'm sure he can get up to 315 for reps on those. So just a matter of time, really. Yates rows. Again, his first time doing these. A lot of beginners don't have the mind-muscle connection really necessary for this exercise, but I was actually, pretty surprised at how well he did. He did pretty well with all the form stuff today, given his first time ever trying. I don't know if you guys have ever worked with anyone who's never worked out before at all, had friends come to the gym with you, but a lot of people are quite awkward, like very, very awkward, and he seemed to at least know how to perform the exercises and got the basic idea of what we were trying to do very easily. Shrugs. Again, he used 135 for reps on rows, 315 for reps on shrugs. All exercises that we're going to add tons of weight to. Probably somewhere between a minimum of 10 and a maximum of probably 50 pounds a week we're going to add to the bar on some of these. So for the next few months or so, he should be using more weight every single week. Once he gets the hang of how to perform these fluently, because you can see it's relatively awkward for him, he'll be using 500 pounds, 585 for reps in no time. Cable T-bar rows, another favorite of mine. This is how we're going to help guarantee that he doesn't start doing the super rounded back lifting. A lot of people that do very rounded back deadlifting, it's just an issue of, I'm not talking about, people who purposefully round their upper back to help with technique. I'm talking about people who cannot maintain their spine in a neutral position. Those people are generally oftentimes just lacking muscle mass and strength in those areas. So the best way to gain that is just to build it up, pack a bunch of meat on your upper back. It's not going to round as easily. Get your lower back really thick and strong. It's not going to round very easily. So it's mostly just an issue of beating on those muscle groups for reps, eating enough, etc. Here he is doing chest supported rows. We told him to do some back extensions and leg curls and calves and stuff after this, but this was the majority of the workout. Did really well. We're going to keep adding weight. As always, guys, thanks for watching my videos. Don't forget to check out musclemasochist.com for coaching, approved products and apparel and stuff like that, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, guys.